Well, welcome to the Thortography on YouTube channel. Glad that you found the channel and found this video. Hopefully it's helpful, or might be able to present things in a little bit different way, even if it might be familiar material to you. Today I wanted to answer the question about what my primary camera is. There's lots of different cameras that I've used, but what's the main go-to camera that I use on a daily basis? And that would be the Fujifilm X-T2. It's what's called a mirrorless camera. So in digital SLR camera, which we'll talk about some other time, there's a mirror in there. In the case of the Fuji, there's no mirror. So no mirror, there's just a sensor there. Goes straight from the light into the lens onto the sensor. And the advantage of that is, or one of the advantages is, it makes the camera much lighter. It's not as heavy as a digital SLR camera, but can still retain some of that same function. So the weight and the form are two things that I really love about the Fujifilm camera. All the dials and knobs and things like that make it feel a little bit more like I am using a camera instead of a flight simulator. You'll notice also the camera itself looks a little bit like a throwback to digital SLR film cameras. So there's a little bit of styling there that, you know, I'm not ashamed to say I think it looks good. I like the way that the camera looks. So the weight and the controls are key to how I use the camera. The other thing about the camera that I like, the X-T2 has what's called an electronic viewfinder. So when I look through the viewfinder, I can see what the exposure is, the white balance, and any filters or effects I might have right through the viewfinder. With a typical DSLR camera, that's not possible. So I like that feature as well. The other feature that I found surprisingly useful is the screen that comes out. It can flip out horizontally and vertically like that. And I found that especially helpful when I was photographing newborns. So I could get a high level, well, hang on a second, let me show you. No, it's not the real newborn. Anyway, it made it so that I could come from a very high level here, just get my composition right, and then come in low and look down in a pretty smooth way of working. So the weight, the controls, the electronic viewfinder, all those factors combined made me decide that the Fuji X-T2 was right for me. Just because the camera is right for one person doesn't mean it's right for you. I always recommend that if you have the chance to get a hold of a camera and hold it yourself and see what it feels like. I know that there's plenty of reviews out there, even this little video, you know, but you can get lost in specs and different values and things like that. It's always a good idea, if you have the opportunity to hold the camera that you're interested in, find out what it feels like and see if it feels good in your hands. Just because you know, this camera is right for me doesn't mean it's going to be right for everybody. But anyway, I did want to introduce my main camera here that I use on a daily basis, the Fujifilm X-T2. I hope that this has given you a little bit of perspective on some of the reasons why I've chosen to go with Fujifilm, and hopefully we'll look at the camera in more detail at another time. Please feel free to send your questions or comments. I'd love to hear how I can be helpful and create some information that's useful to you. If you haven't already, subscribe and invite a friend. Thanks for watching.